I was gonna make a really cheerful video about my favorite products in 2019, and then I realized that's not what I wanna do at all. Every day I get tons of messages telling me to just go on a diet, just be less fat. I get messages telling me I'm killing myself, and a million other really fun messages that all revolve around being fat on the internet. So today I'm gonna tell you why, even through all the messages telling me that I should be smaller and less fat and that I should hate myself, I'm gonna tell you why I'm choosing in 2020 to not diet. Buckle up, this list is pretty long. First and foremost, I choose not to diet because diets do not work. I am very aware that my life would be easier if I were a thin person. Trust me, as a fat person, I can constantly see that the world is not made for me and that people do not like that I have imposed my fatness upon them. However, diets don't work. So even if I wanted to be thinner, the chances of that happening permanently without me going into some kind of mental health despair is not really feasible. It's not gonna happen. Diets don't work. I'm not dieting because I have an eating disorder. Actually, 1 in 5 fat people have an eating disorder. I know a lot of people think that fat people maybe just don't know about nutrition or maybe just don't know how to not be fat, but the reality is that a lot of us have been fat for a long time and have done a lot of things to try to not be fat before we found body positivity and fat acceptance and decided that this was just how our bodies were. I have been to countless nutritionists. I have been on a million diets. I have starved myself. I have been in a place where I needed help desperately and received it, and I am wildly grateful for that. And I will never go back to having an eating disorder. Starving yourself is truly miserable and it's scary, and I'm not gonna do it again. I'm not dieting because I realize that fat people can be happy. I know it's a wild concept, but it's true. I'm an incredibly happy person, and I know lots of fat people who are very, very happy and living very full lives. I won't be dieting in 2020 because I think Weight Watchers is a fucking scam. I think that most diets are built on the idea that you are going to fail, and that's how they keep you coming back. Dieting is a multi-million-dollar industry, and if you were able to succeed, they would not make as much money. I don't want to play into that anymore. I am not dieting because I am not responsible for making other people more comfortable with my mortality. I understand that a lot of people think, well, I just want you to lose weight for your health. I understand that people think,
well, I'm just worried you're going to die.
Here's the thing, we're all going to die. And being thin when you die, or fit when you die, or what the fuck ever kind of achievement gets unlocked when you don't look like this, doesn't make you morally superior. It is not my responsibility to quell all of my friends, families, and strangers' anxieties about my fatness. I am not dieting because 51% of girls ages 9 and 10 feel better about themselves when they are on a diet. I cannot be part of this anymore. I cannot be part of whatever the fuck this diet mentality is. I'm terrified for my niece. I don't want my niece to see me dieting. I don't want her to see people labeling foods as good or bad. It's scary to think that a 9 or 10-year-old could be dieting and that they could be judging their body so harshly that they want to shrink it. I refuse to be a part of that system any longer. I am no longer dieting because fat people can be loved. I think in a lot of our brains we think that the only way to get a partner to achieve success in our relationship lives is to look a certain way. But the reality is that there are plenty of people who find fat bodies incredibly sexy, and you can have amazing, fulfilling relationships as a fat person. I'm not dieting in 2020 or ever again because fake sugar is fucking disgusting. It is awful. Why does it taste like that? I know that all of you are concerned, oh Carissa, but what about your health? I am not dieting any longer because research has shown that diets make you less healthy. Yeah, I know. You're probably thinking, but it's a lifestyle change. No, it's a diet. Studies have shown that dieting actually increases your cortisol levels, which can fuck with your metabolism. As a person who has had an eating disorder for a very, very long time, I am taking the time to retrain and get to know my metabolism, and it's a lifelong thing because I fucked it up pretty good in my early years. So I will not be dieting because it's less healthy. I will no longer be dieting because I do not have the space in my brain to think about what's good and what's bad and what's a diet food and what I can and cannot eat. I want to think about more important things. We have a huge election coming up this year. I want to process all my emotions around that. I want to think about how I can be a better partner, how I can be a better creative person. I want to think about how I can be more successful, and dieting takes up too much fucking space in my brain. So I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not fucking doing it anymore. I'm no longer dieting because I am sick of this idea that all women can do is talk about their bodies. I don't care to talk about my friends' bodies anymore. I want to have real conversations. I want to be vulnerable with my friends. I want to talk about what we're going through, not what we're eating. I want to dismantle this process of thinking that we are all stuck in, where as soon as women are around other women, they're talking about their diets and exercise and how they've been bad or good and comparing themselves to other people. I want to have real relationships, so I'm not dieting. I'm no longer dieting because I like moving my body. And when I'm dieting, I kind of hate exercise. When my focus is on food, it makes me very obsessive and it makes me not want to do the things that I like to do physically. I end up not going to yoga. I end up not going swimming. I don't want to go for walks with my dog. It takes all of the focus from the things you could enjoy physically, from joyful movement in your body, and redirects it to what you are eating. I hate that. I am no longer dieting because I believe that I am inherently worthy no matter what my size is. I believe that all people have worth and all people deserve to be loved and respected. I am not dieting in 2020, and I am not arguing about why I am not dieting in 2020 because I believe that this idea that healthy people are more worthy of respect is bullshit. I think that all people are worthy of respect. I think that all people are worthy of a really great life, and that it doesn't make you morally superior to be healthy. It doesn't matter if you are healthy or not. This idea that fat people should somehow feel bad about themselves because they're unhealthy or because you think they're unhealthy is ridiculous. Unhealthy people get to be happy. They get to have nice lives. I am not dieting in 2020 because I have other shit to do. I just cannot think about this anymore. I know that every day that I am on YouTube, that I'm on Instagram being fat, it's upsetting someone, but I just can't care anymore. I just don't have the space to care anymore. For such a long time, I've considered what maybe my life would look like if I was thinner. And I'm done. I'm just done. This is my body. This is where I'm at. And I'm gonna make good use of it. I am not dieting in 2020. I didn't diet in 2019 or 2018. I don't plan on dieting for the rest of my life. It is a commitment that I have made to myself and my body, and I could not be happier with that commitment. It is one of the most honest and authentic things I have ever done for myself. For those of you who support me in that, thank you so much. I am so excited to go into this new year with you, talking about all things anti-diet and the amazing ideas and things that we can think about when we let go of diet culture. For those of you that are new to this idea, that's okay. It takes a minute for all of this stuff to sink in, and it's okay to be wherever you are on this journey. These are just things to consider. And if you're here because you fucking hate the idea that fat people aren't dieting, go fuck yourself. I can't wait for 2020. I'll see you then. Bye.